Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Breaking overnight, a fast-moving fire erupts in Ventura County, and it's the largest of the fires we've seen over the past few weeks. The one thing firefighters say is making this fight so difficult.
It's official. President Trump faces impeachment proceedings, but there's still a long road ahead in this process, what this means for the president and Democrats.
It was a night with tricks, treats, and checkups. Local officers were on patrol last night making sure your children were safe, and we rode along. Today is Friday, November 1st, 2019. November 1st. That just struck me as I was driving in this morning. Like, wait a second, it's November?
It is November. It is hard to believe. But I got to say, it's starting to feel like fall and getting close to winter because it's getting a little chilly outside.
It is, and it's a little chilly inside where Kevin is this morning. We sent him over to Mechanics Bank Arena. Disney on Ice is going to be there this weekend. Hey, are you on ice, Kevin? Are you cheating?
No, I'm not. I am not on ice right now. We'll see what happens later. I forgot my skates. That's my excuse anyway. But I'll leave that to the professionals because I'll tell you, Disney on Ice is back here at Mechanics Arena, and the shows all start tonight at 7 o'clock, and they go throughout the weekend. They've got a great lineup for all the kids, and it's just a lot of family fun. Everybody loves it when Disney on Ice comes to Rabobank Arena. And we're talking about Worlds of Enchantment. So you're going to get 3 storylines from Cars. You get to see Little Mermaid in the Underwater Kingdom. You're going to see Light McQueen, and also I hear that maybe Olaf is going to make an appearance as well. So a lot of fun here at Mechanics Bank Arena coming up this weekend as Disney on Ice returns for some wonderful shows, and again, all kicking off tonight. We're going to have much more coming your way on that in just a little bit, but we also want to talk weather around Kern County because it is Friday. We're heading into the weekend, and things are looking great. And if you're wanting to do something indoors, well, as we said, online Disney on Ice is back. Let's take a look at the overall numbers right now and the winds, and nothing really to show you this morning. That is a good thing. We all want to break from the winds. Only a light breeze over towards the Grapevine. And then you can see 44 degrees in Bakersfield right now. A light east-northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. And you can see the temperatures today are going to be very nice. Lower 70s by the afternoon. I would call that an A-plus forecast. And then Tehachapi, 37 currently. You have an east-southeast wind at 27, so the breeze is still hanging on. But we will see improvements in that throughout the day. There's no wind advisories, anything like that in place. And then you can see temperatures this afternoon will rebound into the mid-60s. So overall, a nice Friday ahead and a great weekend as well. We're going to talk more about that weekend weather and more about Disney on Ice. That's right here at Mechanics Arena. That's all coming up in just a little bit, guys.
All right, can't wait. Thanks so much, Kev.
All right, let's take a look at your morning commute one for the first time this morning. And here's a look outside at the intersection of Rosedale and Mohawk, and it looks pretty clear on that side of town. Everything else around the county also looking pretty good to start off your Friday morning. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes.
And we're following breaking news down south, the latest in a string of wildfires, this one near Santa Paula in Ventura County. This is the Maria fire. Let's take a look at flames from overnight. Actually, this is a live look at what the fire looks like this morning, as that fire has grown to 8,000 acres, and it's destroyed several buildings. Officials say 7,500 homes have been evacuated as hundreds of firefighters work to surround the fire. It's being fanned by those wind gusts. Even though the winds have died down a little, they're still giving firefighters a problem this morning with gusts about 35 miles per hour.
We've been talking the last couple days about humidity being in the single digits, so that's going to exacerbate our problem because there's no moisture in the fuels. The good thing for us is we still had a lot of equipment in Ventura County because of the Easy Fire. So what we did was we relocated a lot of that equipment over to this fire, and they're assisting us with this fire right now.
Again, this is the Maria fire in Ventura County. No containment on this fire yet this morning, and no word on how it started.
Fire crews are making headway on the Getty fire. That fire broke out on Monday and has since burned 745 acres. It's destroyed 10 homes and damaged about 15 others. Now fire crews are saying the blaze is about 40% contained, but that doesn't mean that everything is under control. Fire crews say at least 7,000 homes are still threatened by this fire. And now an update on the hillside fire that started early yesterday morning. Fire crews say that fire is about 50% contained. The blaze took off quickly, destroying 6 homes, damaging 18 others. Evacuation orders in the area were lifted yesterday evening.
Most Kern County residents once again have power after yet another week of public safety power shutoffs. The lights are back on for PG&E customers in Kern County. This news came yesterday around 9 p.m. PG&E says virtually all customers have their lights back on. Some people have been out without power since October 26th. SoCal Edison customers also faced a wave of power outages this week. In Kern County, the Tehachapi area was hit especially hard. At one point, more than 12,000 SoCal Edison customers in the county were without power. Now, only one customer left without power. That customer is up in Tehachapi. No one is currently under PSPS consideration in Kern County, so that's some good news. All right, we're making news around the state. Police in Northern California are on the scene of yet another deadly Halloween shooting at a Halloween party. 4 people were killed and multiple others wounded in the shooting in Orinda, that's in Contra Costa County. It happened at a home around 11 p.m. The home's owner says the property was being rented out through Airbnb to a third party. No word yet on what prompted the shooting or if a suspect's in custody.
And this comes just 2 days after a Halloween party turned deadly in Long Beach. It happened on Tuesday night. 12 people were shot. That's roughly half of the people who attended the party. 3 people died. Police say they believe the people worked together. Authorities say the shooting does not appear to be gang-related, but it may have been a targeted attack. Investigators say they're still searching for whoever pulled the trigger.
And now to America's vaping crisis. There's been another increase in the number of people coming down with vaping-related injuries. According to newly released information from the CDC, as of October 29th, 1,888 cases had been reported in 49 states. Washington, D.C. and the U.S. Virgin Islands have also reported cases of e-cigarette or vaping product use-associated lung injury. That's being called EVALI. It's an increase from 284 from the previous week. So far, 38 deaths have been reported in 24 states and Washington, D.C. There have been 3 deaths in California. And as of last check, 3 patients had been hospitalized here in Kern County.
It's 5:07 now, and it is a mission to ensure kids are safe on Halloween. Every year on Halloween, parole officers check on local sex offenders to make sure they're following the rules. 17's Karen Waugh rode along last night for Operation Boo.
For 26 years, Operation Boo has been put on by the California Department of Corrections, an annual sex offender compliance check on Halloween. It's a time for family fun, but also a time when kids are at higher risk to predators.
This is one of the nights in the community that strangers go to one another's houses, knocking down their doors.
This team is specifically on the prowl for parolees who victimized kids in the past.
And child molestation, sex with a minor, anything that involves a victim who was under the age of 18.
On their list, 99 parolees to check in on, making sure all are following the rules.
No candy, no decoration, lights out, be home. Hey, parole! So now we'll go inside, make contact with the parolees who are on our list, making sure they're adhering to the guidelines, do a quick little search, and then we'll be on to the next location.
This is what he asked.
That's porn site right there.
For parolees they don't find at home, the agents will track them down by a GPS kept on their ankle.
It's an apartment complex.
This compliance check isn't just done on Halloween. Parole agents do it daily, year-round.
They're so dedicated to this that they want to make sure, whether it's a holiday or not, to make sure the community's safe.
At the end of Halloween night, the agents made 2 arrests total. One person for being under the influence of meth and the other for drinking alcohol.
Our main and number one purpose is public safety. Again, back to as long as they're adhering to the conditions of parole and or the penal code, then we help them with treatment and counseling and education and whatnot to hopefully change their thought process so they don't ever reoffend again.
For more information on Operation Boo, visit cdcr.ca.gov. I'm Karen Waugh, 17 News.
Well, league titles and bragging rights are on the line.
Yeah, it's rivalry week, and Tabitha Mills has a look at the top matchups for tonight's high school football games.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News with Maddie Jansen, Alex Fisher, and Kevin Charette with your Pinpoint Doppler forecast. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
Music is in motion this weekend at Centennial High School. This is the 24th year the high school and Golden Pageantry Corps have hosted the field tournament at the high school. Both junior high and high school students take part in the competition. This year, about 2,000 students will come to Centennial to compete.
Every year, it's a busy and nerve-wracking process, but with everybody's assistance, it comes together and we put on a great show.
The students have been practicing every day for months in preparation for the show. The event starts tomorrow at noon and lasts all day. Adult tickets are $7, and so are tickets for students with a valid school ID.
Well, this is it. Week 11 of high school football action.
As Tabitha Mills joins us to explain, tonight's games are all for all the marbles. Tab?
Right. Good morning, Maddie and Alex. League titles are on the line, but most importantly, bragging rights and pride as some of Kern County's biggest rivalries hit the field tonight. We start with one of the oldest high school football rivalries in California in the South Sequoia League, Shafter versus Wasco, or Wasco versus Shafter, depending on which town you call home. 10 miles apart and a lot of pride separate the two towns, and although the Generals and Tigers have battled it out underneath the Friday night lights for decades, this rivalry brings the two programs together. This morning, the teams will meet for breakfast at Shafter, followed by a rally there, and then the two teams will head to another rally at Wasco. Shafter is 4-1 this season in league play, Wasco 3-2. If Shafter wins tonight, they could grab a share of the SSL League title. To the Southeast Yosemite League now for the Battle of the Swords, a rivalry that has been happening since my South High Rebel grandpa married my North High Star grandma. I don't know, it maybe had something to do with it. No, I'm just kidding. Probably has nothing to do with it. This is a special game, and all week you've heard Beat South or Beat North on each of the campuses, and North High and South High face each other tonight in Oildale. Both teams sit at 2-2 in league play. Finally, to the Southwest Yosemite League, the showdown between BHS and Liberty. At the start of league play, not many would have guessed BHS would be in contention for a league title. Many thought the Patriots were the clear champs. Liberty is 4-0 in league play, clinching at least a share of the SWYL championship with a win over Garces last week. The Drillers are 3-1, and a win tonight could give BHS the other share of that championship. But the Drillers have to play without a couple key players, and Liberty is on a 14-game winning streak heading into this game. BHS heads to Patriot territory. And again, Nick James, our sports director, will have all of your high school football highlights tonight on FFX at 11:11 right here on KGET. But Maddie and Alex, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much.
Liberty BHS rivalry.
Oh, right here.
This is interesting.
Mm-hmm. We'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah. All right, still to come. UPS is looking to hire seasonal workers.
How could you possibly get a job with the company? We'll tell you coming up.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. If you're looking to pick up some extra holiday cash, UPS wants to help. The United Parcel Service is looking to hire about 100,000 seasonal workers. More than 185 job fairs will happen across the nation today. The hiring blitz is being called UPS Brown Friday. Many will be offering jobs on the spot. The delivery company hopes to sign up at least 50,000 employees today alone. The full and part-time seasonal positions are primarily for package handlers, drivers, and driver helpers. The company says many seasonal workers stay on as permanent employees. Liquidation sales start today at Dress Barn. The company announced it would close all of its remaining stores by the end of the year in May, by the end of this year, back in May. And that means everything must go. The retailer is expected to launch a new website in early 2020, but any gift cards you may have for the store will not be valid for the new site. Looking for a bargain on everything from HD TVs to clothing? Money expert Stacey Johnson shows us some of the best and worst things to buy in November.
From off-season clothes and accessories to less-than-perfect items and refurbished, millions drive long distances every year to bargain hunt at outlet malls. But not everything here is a bargain. For example, did you know some retailers produce lower-quality items made exclusively to sell in outlet stores? Another trick, using fake prices to make merchandise seem a better deal than it is. There have been a ton of lawsuits over this recently. It's called phantom pricing.
Now, this isn't true of every chain, nor is it true of every item in the store, but it can happen. So what you need is some tips to make you a smarter outlet shopper.
First, ask about quality. Outlet mall staff might tell you if the item you're eyeing is specifically made for outlet malls. Look at the tags. Some say factory line. Pay attention to the detail. Check for differences in materials like cotton and wool. Know what you're looking for. And make sure you know what the actual retail price is. Don't rely on what they say the suggested retail is. Finally, remember to hit the computer before you hit the mall. And for maximum savings, head for the clearance racks.
Bottom line, an outlet mall can be a great place to find some savings, but so could stores closer to home. For more information and links to make you a better outlet shopper, go to MoneyTalksNews.com and just do a search for outlet shopping. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.